why are almost every single Republican I'm aware of, other than you and maybe Massey, is like in this weird kind of Israel worship mode all the time. And many Democrats, by the way, Pelosi, chief among them.
When a candidate steps forward and they're running for Congress, they get approached by all kinds of groups, all the special issue groups. Right. Well, there's a group called AIPAC, and they come and they want to know what's your position on Israel, and they want you to write a paper, and they want to fill you out on your position on Israel. And then if you get elected to Congress, if you win your race, everyone's freshman year, AIPAC will take Republicans and Democrats, new members, on a special trip to Israel. But here's the situation, and it can't be ignored, and I have no problem talking about it. I think any special interest group, if they are representing another country, a foreign country, they have to register that way.
Under the Foreign Agent Registration Act, FARA.
We have a law. Yes, they should register under that law.
So why isn't AIPAC registered? Why aren't they registered under FARA? I don't understand that.
I think everybody's too afraid to push that issue.
Why?
Tucker, I have no idea. Because I think it's because it's such a strong group that will come against you. They will come against you. They will fund a primary against you. I'll probably get a primary funded against me for even saying this on this show. But you know what? I don't care.
I think you were getting one anyway.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm probably getting one.
This is all so very obvious and so rational and so relevant right now. Does anybody ever mention this in the Congress? I mean, you've been there for a while.
No, they have their blind faith and loyalty. Blind faith and loyalty.
And they have the audacity to talk about what a threat Iran is when Iran has shown on multiple occasions a level of restraint that blows my mind. Okay, Israel bombs the Iranian embassy in Syria. How does Iran respond? They wait a few days and then they hit up Trump, they hit up the Israeli government, and they let them know we're gonna do a theater, essentially. Make it appear like we're retaliating, but here's where the missiles are gonna go, so you can strike them down. Okay, you have the United States, doing Israel's dirty work in bombing Iran nuclear facilities. And how does Iran respond? Okay, we're gonna retaliate, but it's all gonna be pretend. We're gonna target these US bases in the Middle East, but we're gonna warn you ahead of time so no one gets hurt, so we can at least make it appear as though we're retaliating for our people. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm getting really tired of hearing about how the genocidal country of Israel is the good country, the moral country, the country that should have illegal, nuclear weapons that they don't even acknowledge. And the ones that we should worry about the most are the Iranians because they do chants that we don't like. Get out of here.
Look, you could
get out of here.
You could deny this if you're an Israel supporter, but I don't even think Israel supporters would overly deny it.
Israel's a threat, okay?
What Israel's been doing in Gaza in the last few months.
Is it genocide?
Has crossed, I don't think it is genocide.
Well, okay,
I don't think it is.
This is a real problem.
Hang on, no, it's not a problem.
It is a problem because you're a genocide denier.
Hang on, I'm not a genocide denier.
You are. Do you think Israel's committing genocide? Yes or no?
Do you know what genocide is?
Yes, I do.
What do you think it is?
Genocide is the intention to destroy a people in whole or in part.
Right. Okay.
Do you not think that's what's happening to the Palestinians of Gaza?
Do you think they're trying to kill every Palestinian?
That's not the definition of genocide. Which genocide is every single person being killed?
I think what is happening is more ethnic cleansing. Okay, it's how I would describe it. We can disagree.
No. This is.
We can disagree. A lot of people think it is genocide.
No. Okay.
It has not been officially declared a genocide, right?
What does that? Obviously,
it hasn't been officially declared.
The International Court of Justice is the only arbiter you could point to. No, just quickly, they would have to take years to do that. Okay, let me just put.
I would call it what Smodrich is talking about is ethnic cleansing.
A consensus of genocide scholars believe Israel's committing genocide. And that includes, just quickly, Israeli scholars of genocide, Omar Bartov. He's a professor of genocide and Holocaust studies.
But you asked me what I think.
No. I know, but this is what I'm going to ask you, because we're talking about experts, people who actually dedicate their lives.
But many experts say it isn't.
Let me quickly, Omar Bartov, Raz Sigal, these are only Israeli genocide scholars. Amos Goldberg, Israeli professor of Holocaust history. Daniel Blattman, he's the head of the Institute.
What's the ICC say?
The ICC is still investigating, and their charges are public. Now, come up with another.
What's it said?
Well, we don't know, because they've been ordered not to release any future charges.
We do know that it has not declared it a genocide.
Yet.
Right.
Yeah,
there's evidence that it's potential. I agree with that.
Can you tell me? No,
I agree with that. By the way,
Piers, can you give me a single...
Let me get a word in.
Can you tell me a single genocide scholar who thinks... This isn't genocide.
Let me get a word in.
This should be criminal. But did you know that France used feminism as a weapon for taking over other nations? In 1830, when French armies invaded Algeria, they claimed they did it to liberate Muslim women from oppression. But this civilizing mission wasn't about freedom. It masked brutal colonial violence, with over 800,000 Algerians killed during the so-called pacification. The idea was simple. If they could break the spirit of Algerian women, they could weaken Algerian society as a whole. During the Algerian War for Independence, French soldiers would force Muslim women to unveil in public ceremonies. This humiliating tactic was to break their spirit and part of their psychological warfare. Now, nearly 80 years later, Muslim women in France face strict laws on their religious attire. Hijabs, niqabs, covering up in public pools or beaches, it's all regulated. Sociologist Hanan Karimi argues that this impulse to control Muslim women has colonial roots. In her book, she describes how women who wear headscarves are stigmatized as enemies if they resist these norms. France's colonial history of imposing its values on Muslim women as a way of pitting men and women against each other was done deliberately. If you're ready to hear more untold stories about Muslim excellence, then hit...
I can explain and justify very easily why so many structures in Gaza have been destroyed. And it is directly linked to military necessity. Each and every house that the Israeli troops have encountered has had military infrastructure in it. Each and every mosque, each and every hospital, some, not all, but many UN facilities have had it.
That cannot be true. It cannot be true that every single...
It is, Piers.
You're saying that... Hang on, just to be clear.
No, not every single.
You said every house they have encountered in Gaza has contained military infrastructure. That is obviously not true.
Obviously, you know, based on what, Piers? I can tell you that
based on the fact that there have been thousands of civilians killed in homes with no military infrastructure.
I would disagree.
And what do you say to Jewish people who may watch this and be utterly horrified by what they're hearing?
They can be horrified. I mean, I was horrified to find that they mass murdered Christians. I was horrified to learn the things that they teach in the Talmud. I was horrified that they think that Jesus is burning in shit in hell. I was horrified to learn that they think it's okay to steal from Gentiles. I was horrified to hear that there's, two sets of justice. I was horrified to find out that they think it's okay to, gang rape Palestinian prisoners. I was horrified about all those things. I'm horrified that we're funding a genocide right now. So they can be horrified. When you have a religion that promotes supremacy, when you have a religion that says that you are better than other people, and when you have a religion that says it's okay to steal from other people as long as they're not Jewish, when you have a religion that says it's okay to rape people that aren't Jewish, when you have a religion that promotes these things and promotes supremacy, I think you're going to have problems. And you see that in Israel. Israel is a manifestation of that religion. And I think that religion is, it's terrible. I don't believe in white supremacy. I don't believe in Jewish supremacy. I don't believe in supremacy at all. And right now, I think you have massive Jewish.
He got injured. They shot at us at the operative room.
Israel has been killing the very people trying to keep the healthcare system alive, its doctors and medics, despite hospitals and healthcare workers being protected under international law. As Israel has bombed Gaza, hundreds of Palestinian doctors and medics have refused to leave their hospitals.
We are in the theater, in the operating room, full darkness, no water, no electricity. But we have a hero, surgeons in Gaza.
Israel claims Hamas uses hospitals as part of its military strategy. Hundreds of medics have been killed. Hundreds have been detained. Many of them have been forcibly disappeared. Our Palestinian team on the ground have gathered testimony from health workers and their families.
المهم علقوني في قلب زي المعلقين هذول كلهم معلقين علقني كله بنزف دم.
And Israeli whistleblowers have told us they witnessed Palestinian prisoners being tortured and that some Israeli medics are complicit.
I don't even think that in the Israeli society there is a need for cover-up these days. You can do almost whatever you want when it comes to Gazans.
The mistakes, as you described them, of the Iranian government and the Lebanese resistance movement, well, you've made your point. I'm not really in a position to second guess you. Except I want to say this. No nuclear scientist, no general, no senior officer of the Iranian armed forces should be living in their apartments with their wives, with their children. Anybody who could be a target for Israeli attack must be living underground in a bunker. That's what happens when you're a leader in a war. And far too many revolutionary people in Lebanon, in Iran, in Gaza, elsewhere, have been easily taken out by the murderers of the Israeli invasion, Israeli occupation force.
Israeli government is flying out like celebrities for free out there to do a tour for free, and it's on the house. They fly you first class, the whole thing. And I go, it's free? And they go, yeah, it's not free. Because when you land there, they go, you have to every day tweet positive things about Israel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I just felt so uneasy about it.
What was some of the stuff you tweeted? Jews good, Palestinians bad? Is that what you tweeted?
Yeah. Jew number one.
Build the wall higher? What were you like? What?
No, Israel's a beautiful country.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's true, though.
It's true, but then it's like, I had to tag the government in it or whatever.
Oh, that's crazy. The Israeli government?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's weird as shit.
Yeah, and it was just like, every day it was just nonstop.
You were cucking for the Israeli government.
Yeah, but I wish I hadn't gone, really.
I tweeted Free Palestine, and I dang near got kicked out the league for it. And I'm like trying to figure out why. So I tweet Free Palestine. Less than 10 minutes after I tweet that, I get a call from the commissioner of the NBA.
Stop it.
Agents, people working with my foundation at the time, Texas, you gotta erase this tweet. You gotta take this down. You're gonna get it. I'm like, what did I do that was so bad?
Can somebody explain to me?
Yeah, can somebody explain?